What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here. Welcome back to the My Gym series, and today we have a little bit of a special episode for this series. As we have come back into the resurgence of the My Gym series, I have made 8 different gyms in the Orre region. So today is going to be going through each of those gyms in the region to kind of make our own game, as you would. This would be a really cool fan game project for somebody to do, so I'd love to partner with people to kind of come up with the storyline to make this game a reality. But if I made a Pokemon XD or Coliseum, you know, extra edition, 3rd edition, this would be kind of a cool thing to see with gyms involved in the game. So that was the theory and the idea when crafting these videos for the Orre gyms. I kind of wanted to see what a gym would look like in the Orre system. Now obviously we talk about Justy in the grass video, so I won't go over that again, but there is evidence of some gym like features in the Orre region. But I really wanted to take it to the next level and kind of play off of what would come after Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness in the Orre region timeline of Pokemon events. So we obviously had Coliseum. We know that XD takes a little bit of time after that with a new protagonist. What happens when we get another protagonist and they kind of establish themselves more as a region, more like the mainline series games? I would love to see this be an implemented idea into some sort of game for the Orre region. So please let me know if you thought this was a cool idea too. I think it's really fun. Not often do I get to create kind of my own like fan made style of game, so this is my way of doing it vicariously through gym leaders. So I hope you enjoy the compilation of all of the gyms from the Orre region that I've created, starting first with our fairy type gym in the Orre region. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? As a staple test of strength in the Pokemon games, gym leaders are often viewed as the authority of a particular type of Pokemon in the Pokemon world. Throughout my many adventures, I have enjoyed creating teams that I would use if I were a gym leader of that specific type, and now I'm inviting you along the journey of creating your very own Pokemon gym. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and I'm hoping you'll join me on a creative exercise to create a Pokemon gym unique to your opinions about the Pokemon world. Feel free to share your design in the comment section down below and aspire to create a new gym if you have made a gym previously. Part of my journey with the My Gym series is continuing to think creatively about what differences I would do with each gym I create. And that has led me back to the roots of this exercise, which is creating a gym on a specific type. So that I'm not overlapping with something I have previously made, I'm requiring myself to place the gym at a different point along your Pokemon journey. Today we are covering the Fairy Gym, which I originally designed as the 4th gym. Instead of doing something unique with this gym like I normally do, I have decided to follow in the footsteps of so many other fairy type gyms by placing this gym within a forest environment. I think many of us make the connection with fairies as beings roaming deep forest, and I tend to agree with this viewpoint. Many of my perceptions of fairies are derived from forest, so I'm embracing the Peter Pan and Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream and putting this gym within a forest. But this is not just any forest. I'm going to take us back to my favorite games, Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD, to a special shrine located within a Gate Village. In XD and Coliseum, a Gate Village is home to the Relic Stone, which purifies shadow Pokemon you have snagged from across the region. This gym will be located within a tree building in the center part of town that was once Egan's house. He has since passed on, and my character has procured the building to make a gym. This gym will feel similar to the Tree of Life from Pokemon Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. The goal of this gym will be to slide down the correct branch chutes to reach the gym leader. Picking the wrong chute to go down will force you to battle a trainer who will have Pokemon like Flabebe, Morlul, Comfey, and the like. Eventually, you will reach me at the bottom of the tree, which will be the Relic Cave, or the tunnel that you have to cross through from the town to get to the Relic Stone Shrine. This area will now have been renovated to a battle arena, which you now will face me in. Welcome, trainer. You've reached a special place in Orre. It's said that this location has restorative properties that allow Pokemon to open their hearts. My duty is to protect this place, so if you want to continue on your journey, you better like and subscribe. Let's see how strong your heart is. And the battle begins. I lead with a level 12 Ralts. It knows Draining Kiss, Confusion, Hypnosis, and Life Dew. There's nothing super notable about this Pokemon besides maybe its connection to the former Shadow Ralts you would find in Pokemon XD. I have given it the ability Telepathy for use in perhaps some future battles that you might have. But now is a good time to mention that since we are in the Orre region, all battles are double battles, so my gym is no exception to that. So this is a double battle that you will have to face as your challenge. Up next is the Dedenne at level 12. The Dedenne knows Nuzzle, Tail Whip, Draining Kiss, and Charge. It also has the ability Cheek Pouch and an Oranberry so it can heal itself up during battle. The Dedenne is also a connection to Egan's Pikachu, being one of the only Fairy Pikachu clones. Now normally I wouldn't use a third Pokemon in a first gym team, but since this is a double battle, I've decided to include one anyway, because a team of 2 for a double battle is just kind of too easy. So my ace is a level 14 Togetic. I feel like I would use Togetic since it evolves with high friendship, and we are about creating deep connections to our Pokemon in this gym. There's also a connection to both Togepi and Togetic being Shadow Pokemon in Colosseum and XD respectively. Togetic knows Fairy Wind, Draining Kiss, Morning Sun, and Peck. Serene Grace is its ability, but it's really not used during this battle. Perhaps it could be useful later on. As my ace, this Pokemon is meant to be a bit of a challenge, even though it's not fully evolved, but its stats are pretty good and will definitely give you a challenge as the ace of a first gym. Eventually you will defeat me and I will give you the Restoration Badge and the TM for Draining Kiss. As for the lore of this character, I think there's a relationship to the Pokemon HQ lab from XD that would make this character some sort of researcher. Perhaps they have a connection to Rui or Egan, and maybe it's some sort of childhood friend of Rui's or even the eventual spouse of Rui, who is Egan's granddaughter. This would allow for the ability to inherit Egan's house to convert it into a gym as part of the inheritance after Egan passes away. Either way, this character has inherited the role from Egan as the Relic Stone Protector. As for story plot, this gym leader will assist in restoring any Shadow Pokemon that might have been created by Cypher or their counterpart in the story arc. I would also be responsible for a subplot that would have you return to a gate to help thwart the plans of Cypher, who is trying to capture Celebi, the protector of the Relic Stone. If you would rebattle me later, I would add Comfey, Aromatisse, and Hatterene to my team. Maybe I would give Gardevoir a Mega Stone so it can be a Mega Pokemon, or perhaps use the G-Max form of Hatterene. Well, that's my team if I was the leader of a Fairy-type gym as the first gym on your journey. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I would love to hear your thoughts about a gym in the comment section below. Let me know what yours would be and let me know what you thought of this one. You can also let me know what type or what gym slot you would like to see me cover next. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this video so you don't miss any more of this series in the future or any other Pokemon content that I come up with. Make sure you check out the description below for links to my Twitter, Discord, TikTok, Twitch, and Invisible Corporation's accounts for more content from me. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? I hope you're not tired of this question as I continue to form ideas about what I would look like as a gym leader covering every type and every gym slot on your Pokemon journey. I invite you to join me in a fun exercise to create a great concept for your very own Pokemon gym. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and today we are looking at the Water type gym. In my original My Gym series, the Water Gym was the third gym. Now we're not straying too far from these levels, as we are following in the footsteps of Misty and becoming the second gym leader of the region. During the series, I have enjoyed creating gyms based on actual locations within the Pokemon games, and our gym today is no exception. I've decided to go back to my favorite Pokemon game, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and place this gym in the Orre region. Establishing a Pokemon League was a difficult thing for the Orre region to achieve, especially with much of the region being covered in a desert wasteland. This gym was easy to create, however, since it was a sizable town that often gets visited by many travelers, the town of Gadian Port. Gadian Port is by the sea and has a great atmosphere and culture. Many businesses have found themselves locating to the port town to attract travelers, as Gadian Port slowly has become the largest city in the Orre region. Many were originally attracted to the performance club known as the Krabby Club. My gym leader was a performer at the Krabby Club and always had great success pulling in crowds. A good portion of the success of the Krabby Club was in innovative ways I used Pokemon battling as a form of entertainment. Combining unique strategies and stunning visual displays were the prime achievements of my work. The league staff took notice of my abilities beyond being just some entertainer, as they noticed I was defeating every opponent I was facing, and I was offered the position of becoming a gym leader. The gym is within the Krabby Club, as the owners did not want to lose my talents, but suggested my gym matches be showcased on the stage. When you arrive, you'll be forced through the backstage area, where the performers are preparing. You'll need to dodge flying obstacles and stay out of the way of the performers, or else they will challenge you to a battle, where they use sea-like Pokemon such as Wingull. The final part of the puzzle will be passing through the stage wing, which will be dark, as there are performing acts on the stage. You'll have to find your way through the darkness using the flashes of the light on the stage to guide yourself through the props that are waiting to be used. You'll make it through when suddenly a spotlight is put on you. You'll need to walk to center stage for a cutscene to take place. As you look out into the audience, another spotlight is lit on the ceiling, where I am. Floating down in a dazzling display of visuals, I will join you center stage. Bravo! Bravo! Welcome, little star, to the stage of wonders. I know your purpose, so indulge me in a spectacle of battling prowess. And our battle begins. As per the tradition of the Orre region, this will be a double battle, so I hope you've brought a couple Pokemon on your team. My first Pokemon will be a level 18 Spiel called Larry. Larry performs incredibly well due to its ability Oblivious, allowing the show to go on despite any issues it might face. Spiel will know Water Pulse, Powder Snow, Rest, and Stockpile. Spiel will also have a Chesto Berry as a prop, so that way it can wake up immediately after resting, because the show must go on. Larry is partnered by my level 20 Krabby, who is named Club, since it is the mascot of the Krabby Club. Krabby knows Metal Claw, Bubble Beam, Mudshot, and Protect, and is holding a Citrus Berry to stick around for a long time. I should mention that Krabby has its hidden ability, Sheer Force, which increases the damage of all Krabby's attacks, including those that aren't on its physical attack stat, which is actually really good for a base level Pokemon. When you defeat me, I am stunned, and I will say, "Ladies and gentlemen, surely we have witnessed the rise of a new star." And I will give you the Claw Badge and the TM for Water Pulse. A second challenge team would involve evolving my Pokemon that I already have, and adding Pelipper, Politoed, Ludicolo, and Powerfin to make a powerful rain team that also performs well on the stage. Well, that's my water gym if I was the second gym leader. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and let me know what type or gym slot you would like to see next. For more videos like this, check the description of this video for my playlist to the My Gym series. While you're down there, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out my other content on Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, and Invisible Corporations to support what I do. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up. Pokemon gyms stand as great test of strength for your team to overcome recognized leaders in the Pokemon world. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and I'm asking you, what if you were a Pokemon gym leader? Many of us have a typing that we favor more than the other 17, so why not invest in becoming a master of that particular type? Well, that's what videos like this one are trying to do. Come up with creative and unique designs that really makes each of us shine as gym leaders. So I invite you, as always, to join me on this journey by creating your own Pokemon gym in the comments below. For this gym, I am choosing my favorite type, which is Fire. I am sentimental to Fire-type Pokemon because of my immediate attachment to my favorite Pokemon, Charizard. A fire-breathing, should-be dragon is such a great design for a Pokemon, but it's the element of fire that stands out to me in Charizard's design. Fire is a destructive force, but it also provides light and warmth. And I've decided to go back to nature for this gym by designing a fire gym around one of the greatest naturally occurring fire entities in the world. Volcanoes. As with one of my practices of this series, I am taking great inspiration from two games from my favorite generation, Generation 3. These are the main series Hoenn games, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and my personal favorite, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Both of these regions showcase natural volcanoes as a way to incorporate fire-type Pokemon in their regions. So I am taking my place in the Orre region as the fire-type expert on Cidadark Isle. The events of XD take us to stop Cypher on Cidadark Isle, where they are generating massive storms to hide their presence. Once they are gone, the storms subside and Cidadark Isle is able to be inhabited. Much of the concerns of the region are located within the natural lava sources that are found within Cidadark Isle, where many people are concerned that an eruption could happen at any time. I was contracted by the region as a researcher from Hoenn who studies volcanoes and fiery features of the region to consult whether this was a safe place to actually inhabit, or could Cidadark Isle be dangerous. You find me in the middle of my research when you visit me, as I often ask trainers to come aid me in my studies of the island. I was recognized as a key contributor to the Orre region when I came over as a researcher, helping in developing the region further, and I was given authority as a gym leader by the Pokemon League. My gym puzzle is part of a research task that I asked trainers to help with. In our version of the research, you are required to enter a heat-resistant vehicle and travel inside a volcano to analyze the occurrence of an unusually hotter presence inside. The track will often split, allowing you to determine which path you would like to take. Many paths lead back to the research center at the top of the volcano, which was the former Cypher base. You must traverse the correct path to reach the central den, where you will encounter this volcanic Pokemon, the legendary Pokemon, Heatran. It has made its way to this uninhabited volcano and is increasing the heat to make itself more comfortable. Choosing the wrong track will lead you back to the research center, and you'll have to fight some angry scientists who think you're just fooling around and wasting time. Of course, when you find Heatran, you don't really know what it is immediately, but your discovery does make it possible for us to continue our research and thus finding the cause of the increased heat on the island. Upon returning, I give you an opportunity to challenge me as a gym leader because that's your main reason for coming to the island in the first place. And so the battle begins. This is a double battle since we are in the Orre region and it's just the natural way people battle in Orre. I start off with my level 25 Torkoal. It should be no surprise that I'm using this to set up the sun to boost my other teammates and prevent heavy water damage. Torkoal knows Lava Plume, Clear Smog, Ancient Power, and Yawn. Torkoal's walling abilities and moveset exist to help support the rest of my team, making this quite a subtle threat to your team, and also a way to shut down any of your setup sweepers that you might be trying to set up from the beginning. Paired with Torkoal is my level 25 Carkol. It knows Smackdown, Flame Charge, Reflect, and Stealth Rock. I am taking advantage of Flash Fire as my ability so that I can even do more fire damage after absorbing a Lava Plume from Torkoal. I also have access to some utility based on what your team will look like. So if you're trying to bring a flying type to deal with me, I have a rock type move for that. And I also can set up stealth rocks to cause damage to any of your other team members. If you KO Torkoal first, I will send out my level 26 Numel, since it does a similar job to Torkoal on my team. It knows Lava Plume, Earth Power, Growth, and Stockpile. Now Numel seems pretty unassuming at first, which is what I thought when I was trying to include it on this team, until I saw that Simple was one of its abilities. Numel can boost its offensive stats with Growth by 4 stages in a single turn if Sun is set up, and it can double both of its defensive stats on any turn, making this quite the good setup Pokemon. I've also attached a Pasho Berry that, if you happen to stall out my Sun and trying to use water type moves to deal with me, you can't really do a lot of damage still to Numel. Numel becomes quite a great wall breaker for this team, and also just is going to be a problem for you, so hopefully you have a way to deal with it. If you KO'd Carkol first, I'll send out my ace, a level 27 Quilava. It has Fire Pledge, Smokescreen, Quick Attack, and Extra Sensory as its moves. I've also attached a Charcoal on top of its Flash Fire ability to make Quilava hurt your team tremendously, meaning if you let me set up fire moves on this Pokemon, it's gonna hurt a lot. Once you overpower my team, I will give you the Lava Badge and the TM for Lava Plume to use on your team. My rematch teams involves me using my team that I have and fully evolving them, and adding Armoroge and Charizard, which will be one of my battle gimmicks at random, including Mega Stones, Z Crystals, maybe even Gigantamax or Dynamax if I so choose. Charizard can do a lot of different things. and it's going to be a really cool actual ace Pokemon for a rematch team. As for the rest of the story with this character, I imagine them being part of your quest to catch Heatran, as that is where you found Heatran originally. I'll enlist your services once again after you are champion to help me stop Heatran from making Citadark Isle uninhabitable. We will have to battle our way through the volcano where there are agitated Pokemon trying to defeat us, so that we can challenge Heatran to a battle, and this is the point where you actually ultimately could catch it if you decided. Well, that's my Fire-type gym as the 3rd gym slot. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, including your gym and what your gym would look like, and what gym you would like to see next. If you're interested in watching more videos like this, I have a linked playlist in the description for more of these My Gym videos for you to enjoy. You can also follow me on all my social media, such as Twitter, Discord, Twitch, TikTok, and my other YouTube channel, Invisible Corporations, from the description as well. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support the content I'm making here, and that'll do it for me today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? I'd love this question, as it tested my creative abilities as I have formed several gyms from each type, all with different themes. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and you may be familiar with how this series goes by now, but for anyone new, I'm creating unique Pokemon gyms for each stage of your journey, even within the same typing. The me you face as the first gym of a particular type would be completely different from my gym leader that you would face as the final challenge, even if they share the same type specialty. With 8 gyms at 18 types apiece, this gives you 144 videos that will be completed at some point in time with all unique themes, even if they share typings or locations or anything else. They will all be unique gyms. Today is no different. I've decided to craft a dark gym, but this time placing it in my favorite Pokemon games, Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD. Orre is a region lacking of any sort of gym structure, so it's cool to imagine what gyms would look like in this desert region. Orre is also a fun region because all of the battles are double battles, which means I get to craft even more creative strategies with my team. And I've already decided the location of this gym, and it belongs in one of the shadiest places in the Orre region, which just happens to be my favorite location, the Under. The Under is a town located in the Pyrite Canyon underneath the city of Pyrite. These underground dwellers were once supporters of Team Cypher, a criminal syndicate that was responsible for artificially closing the door of Pokemon's hearts so that they could become fighting machines. Their matron, Venus, produced propaganda to keep these thugs following the Cypher regime. Following the story of Pokemon Coliseum, the Under was shut down for their affiliation with Cypher, and the settlement was abandoned, until recently. The Under has been re-established as a location that many of the former citizens of Pyrite have fled to after Pyrite was cleaned up by the League officials. In order to prevent the shutdown of the new town, the League required that the Pokemon Gym take over the previously built Pokemon Coliseum, and the leader become the law of the town. I was one of the first residents of this new settlement, having left Pyrite town when things were being cleaned up. We came to the Under because I had found it during one of my getaways from the law. I brought along the initial dwellers of the Under, and they looked to me as their leader, as I used to be an organizer of criminal acts in Pyrite Town. Known to be a shady person, the League only accepted me as the gym leader because the people of the Under would allow no one else to occupy the position. The Under has been co-inhabited by dark, lurking Pokemon. Some have even been seen on the surface, causing mischief for the townfolk of Pyrite. Your gym puzzle is very simple. You are wandering around in the dark. You may run into Pokemon, you may run into trainers, you may run into walls, but you must find your way around the gym to reach me. Now, if you find this too difficult, you might consult the local fortune teller who will tell you of somebody who is a light in the darkness. You can find that person in Pyrite Town and they will give you a flashlight, or if we still want to use HMs in this case, then they will give you the HM for flash. You will likely need to find this person as the location of my chamber in the gym is random for every save file, meaning I will likely not be in the same location even if you've played the game before. Once you reach me, the lights in my chamber will be extinguished. Traveler, you have wandered into forbidden ground. Leave now or suffer dire consequences. You are unable to move due to fear. Be gone from this place, lest you fall into the peril of those before you. And some lights will come up and illuminate some corpses that are lying in the corner of the room. Again, you are unable to move. This is your final warning. Defy the sacred land and you will succumb to it. You still are unable to move. Okay, lights. What was that, guys? We're trying to scare them into running away, not petrify them. Hey kid, you got some real stuff for hanging in through all of that. I'll give you what you came for, a gym battle. And the battle begins. I'll lead with my level 30 Zoroark, which is disguised as one of my other Pokemon. Zoroark has Fake Tears, Snarl, Flamethrower, and Sludge Bomb for moves. This moveset can snag the occasional status condition that can make it hard for your team to deal with, as well as it does damage mitigation for your special attackers through Snarl's ability. Zoroark is equipped with a Focus Sash just for a little bit more trickery, and because this Pokemon's frail and I want it to last more than just a turn. Alongside my Zoroark is a level 27 Sableye. It knows Knock Off, Fake Out, Will-O-Wisp, and Disable. This should pair well with Zoroark by mitigating physical damage. I will also give Sableye a Rocky Helmet to ensure maximum punishment for physical attackers. I do have the ability Prankster to take advantage of priority for this team, which makes Sableye even more of a threat for your team. In reserve, I have an Alolan Persian at level 28. It has Fake Out, Power Gem, Snarl, and Charm. This allows Persian to fill the role of either of my first two Mons, depending on which you KO first. Persian can come in and lower your special attack with Snarl, or it can lower your physical attack with Charm. Persian also has Fur Coat and Rocky Helmet on its moveset and abilities, because this allows for more preventative measures against physical attackers. I'm really trying to discourage you from using fighting types in this gym, because I know they are a weakness for Dark-type Pokemon. And my final Pokemon is a level 30 Umbreon. Umbreon runs its classic moveset in Toxic, Protect, Snarl, and Moonlight. As my final line of defense, this Pokemon should put up quite a fight to stay on the field. Giving it leftovers also makes it really hard to take out because it's constantly recovering HP between its item and its moves. It also can whittle you down with Toxic and protect itself so it can last even longer on the field than it normally would. After taking me on, I'll hand over the Mischief Badge and the TM for Snarl. You'll likely never get to challenge me again, as finding the path to my room becomes impractical after you receive your first gym badge, which means no matter how hard you try, there is no getting back to this room, and you'll never see me again. Well, that's my Dark-type gym if I was the 4th gym leader you faced. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and feel free to give me suggestions about what gym you would like to see next, or leave your own gym that you've created. I love reading what you guys come up with. It really makes my day that you're also engaging in this question, so please continue to do that. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content from me. You can also check out the description below for the playlist of this series, which contains all of the gyms I've created. Follow me on my other platforms as well so you can enjoy more content. You can find me on Twitter, Discord, Twitch, TikTok, and my other YouTube channel, Invisible Corporations. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? This question has spawned many videos on this channel consisting of creating some unique teams. I'm curious about what your team would look like, so let me know in the comments below. It's been about 3 years since I finished the original My Gym series, where I made a gym based on each type and then placed them at different intervals along our journey. Since then, we've had 4 main series games and their DLCs come out, so it's about time to revisit some of these types and see what other gyms we can create. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy, Chaos here, and we're back once again with the My Pokemon Gym series. Today, I'll be creating a Grass-type gym in the 5th gym slot. And if you're thinking, Chaos, have you already made a Grass-type gym? Well, the answer is yes, I have. However, this series looks at what particular type would look like in some different slot than the original video. In this case, the original My Grass-type gym video covered the 2nd gym, so we're going to try something different by putting it as the 5th gym. Now, unlike most gyms in this series, we have an actual physical location for this gym rather than some made-up location in a region that doesn't exist. We're placing this gym in the Orre region. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Orre region, it's likely that your childhood was a little sad and you didn't get to play the best 2 Pokemon games, Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This region is rather unusual from the rest of the regions we're used to, since the majority of the region is located within the Orre Desert, which makes you think I would choose something like Rock, Ground, or Steel to place a gym here instead of Grass. Several Grass types actually can survive in the desert, which is why I wanted to make this team around them. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This gym will be located in one of the settlements in the Orre region, Phoenix City. This is the only city in the region that actually has a kind of a gym, and this is the gym, or the Precept Center, rather, that I will be taking over. This character would be the son of Justy, the previous leader of the Precept Center. Now, the gym really hasn't changed much since the days of Coliseum RXD, except the fact that the gym has gotten a lot more difficult. This is actually notorious as one of the places that most trainers struggle to defeat, and is a true challenge of the Orre region. In XD and Coliseum, the Pokemon here were in the level 20s, but this being a 5th gym means we need to boost those levels to probably early 30s. To face me, you will need to defeat 4 gym trainers, who will be the adult versions of the kid who used to be the trainers here in the gym. This gym will be double battle, since that is how battling is done in the Orre region. And these gym trainers will have developed their teams from what they used to be into some sort of weather team. Each team will feature a grass type though, so the Sun team will use Scovillain, the Rain team will use Ludicolo, the Hail team will use Abomasnow, and the Shadow team will use Executor, which will have an ability like Chlorophyll or Swift Swim that boosts your speed while Shadow Weather is up. Now you might be wondering, Chaos, why would you choose a Shadow Weather instead of Sand for one of these gym trainers? Well, the reason is the Sand team is my team. I'm gonna lead with a level 32 Hippopotas so I can set up Sandstorm.
The Chaos Hippopotas is a grass type.
That is true, but remember I have the ability to use any battle mechanic I choose to use for my gyms, so I'm giving Hippopotas the grass Terra type. So it's a grass type and therefore it can be on my team. Hippopotas will know Yawn, Crunch, Roar, and Stealth Rock. I probably should explain where I'm going with this gym, and so you understand the design of this team. This team is inspired by Sandstorm, the weather specifically, which means the team is designed to slowly chip you down while you struggle to make your way through. This is why Hippopotas will try to roar you out over its Stealth Rocks that it's set up. It also has Red Card and Yawn, so there's more reasons for you to switch out, whether that's to prevent getting put to sleep, or if you attack Hippopotas, it automatically switches you out. I also want to note that I will save Hippopotas and swap it out once it gets to low health, because I'm going to need the sand again, so I'm going to want to have the ability to reset up the sand by sending out Hippopotas. Partnered with Hippopotas is a Brambleghast at level 34. With Wind Rider, Brambleghast should have an increased attack at the beginning of the battle, which is triggered by Sandstorm. I don't think it works that way currently, but if you use the move Sandstorm, it actually procs. So I assume it should also work for the ability Sandstream, because it also starting this, it should work. So it's my gym, I can do what I want. It should work that way. Brambleghast will know Mega Drain, Infestation, Rhinophorus, and Spikes. It also has leftovers, so it will get consistent recovery. Our next team member will be Scovillain, which knows Rage Powder, Fire Fang, Razor Leaf, and Synthesis. At level 35 as well. It will have Moody as its ability, which could allow for some really good random stat boost that could cause problems for your team. I'm running it with White Herb, so Scovillain hopefully can take advantages of the boost without having to worry immediately about the drop stat from the Moody boost. And my final team member will be a Cacturn. It has Leech Seed, Sand Attack, Giga Drain, and Ingrain. Now this is a little bit of a risky stall set that hopefully will make you miss way too much so that Cacturn can overcome your team. I have the ability Sand Veil because that increases my evasion in sandstorms, and I also will be using Bright Powder as a way to also boost my evasion. Combine that with consistent Sand Attack drops and Leech Seed stalling you out and Ingrain healing me every turn, it's going to be really difficult to deal with Cacturn unless you have a really strong Pokemon that goes against it. And even then, you still have to land an attack. Eventually, you'll defeat my team and I will give you the Cactus Badge and the TM for Weather Ball. The only background I have with this character as far as lore goes would be there's a relation to Justy as the son, and that at some point this character went to Paldea to study more about Pokemon, to learn more, heard something about the desert there and a really strong Pokemon, you know, like that Titan that's out there. Wanted to go research it, wanted to go explore the world, and that's how I ended up with a Terra Crystal and able to terrestrialize my Pokemon. So there's just some lore there with this character that is pretty cool. Well, that's my 5th gym grass type team. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below and give me your ideas for what type or what gym slot you would like to see next. You can even give a combination of the two if you want. Know that I have to come up with some kind of design for them, so it might be difficult to come up with something specifically with what you comment. So just give me a little bit. I'll eventually get to it. I am taking priority with things that are in the comment section if I come up with an idea for it. So note that I have been thinking about the previous 2 that have gone out, and we'll be covering those later. By the way, check out the other 2 videos. I've done one as a first type dark gym, and last week as a 3rd flying type gym. So check out those, and we'll see how this series continues in the future. Make sure you support the channel by leaving a like on this video and subscribing to the channel to see more content, especially with this series continuation. I don't really have plans to stop doing this weekly. Nothing else is really piquing my interest at the moment, so the My Gym series is going to continue for a little bit. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those. You also can follow me on Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, and on the other YouTube channel I work on, Invisible Corporations, which are all linked in the description down below for ease of access. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up. Pokemon gyms stand as an important test of strength for their gym challengers as they try to become the champion of their Pokemon region. Some gym leaders pose great challenges, while others are cakewalks. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and I've been wondering what I would look like as a Pokemon gym leader. Perhaps this is not my first My Gym video that you have seen, as I'm currently creating a gym for each type placed in different places along the player's progression through a region. We will be dealing with the Steel type in today's episode. I am looking at making this the 6th gym in our region. Steel types tend to be really good later stages of the game, so I wanted to try to do that while also not repeating my previous Steel gym, which served as the final challenge before you took on the league. With this series, I found some inspiration from some in-game locations, so I've decided to go back to my favorite games, Pokemon XD and Colosseum, to create gyms in this region, since this is one of the few places in the Pokemon world we don't have gym leaders already. Orre is a vast desert with some vegetation, making Steel a pretty cool option for a gym in this region, as a lot of these people probably would be finding metals within the sands. Finding a location for this gym is kind of hard since there are not very many settlements in this region, so we'll have to look around for the perfect location. And I have just the place for this gym to go: Relgam Tower. Relgam Tower serves as a Pokemon Colosseum in the region where trainers take part in a battle tournament. We first see the Relgam Colosseum as a construction lot which is finally completed at the end of the story of Pokemon Colosseum. There are many amenities that trainers can enjoy, including battling on the highest location. When arriving in Relgam Tower, you will find me, an executive of the Relgam Company that operates from within the tower. We are struggling with business as fewer and fewer people are coming to the tower. I'll overhear from the gym leader in Phoenix City that there is a really great trainer that is heading towards the tower to challenge the gym leader there, and that they might be the key to drumming up some business. Preposterous, I say. A mere child cannot possibly create revenue we are seeking. I will turn around to face you. What is it, kid? Lost your mummy? Someone will tell me that you are the child that I had just heard about. So you think just because you bested some amateur that you can waltz in here and take a gym badge? Preposterous. Good. Expect this child. My security will try to challenge you to a battle, which you will easily overcome. Perhaps you have some talent. Yes. Fine. To challenge the gym leader, you will need to partake in our fine activities here at Relgam Tower. Talk to our lobby staff person once you have completed 3 of our amenities. At this point, you have the choice to play some of the mini-games of Relgam Tower. The facility offers classics such as Battle Bingo and Battle Simulator, which were in the original games, and of course, the Colosseum, which you can take on at any point in time. However, there are other activities you can choose to play as well, like the Pokemon Lottery, Voltorb Flip, Pokemon Contest, Pokestar Studio, Pokepelago, and many more. Keep in mind only 3 of these activities need to be completed in order to progress to the gym. Once you have completed your task, you will talk to the secretary who will unlock a passage to my office where you will find me. What is it now? Oh, you again. Look, I told you to go play with the activities. What? You've already done that. Fine. If it's a badge you want, you'll have to defeat me. Gook! Take us to the Coliseum Arena. And the stage has been set for this intense battle, and I hope you are ready as this challenge begins. In true Orre fashion, this battle will be a double battle. I'll start off with my level 31 Klink, which will know Discharge, Metal Sound, Flash Cannon, and Protect. I will have Clear Body as my Pokemon's ability in order to shrug off any stat drops that you might be trying to use with your team. Klink is paired with a level 32 Matang, which also has Clear Body for the same reasons. Matang knows Bullet Punch, Zen Headbutt, Stealth Rocks, and Protect. Now often this pair will alternate which turn they take Protect on, so you can figure out the pattern between these two, then you might have a chance to defeat me easier. One will try to set up Stealth Rocks, while as Klink will probably try to use Discharge to slow down your team. It'll be a great pair, and I look forward to seeing you try to defeat this team. In reserve, I have a level 34 Tinkaton with Mold Breaker. I will be able to bypass your abilities to gain an advantage. Tinkaton knows Baby Doll Eyes, Sweet Kiss, Flash Cannon, and Draining Kiss. This is meant to be a setup for my final team member so that they can sweep your team. And my ace is a level 35 Duraludon with Stalwarts, so no trying to redirect my attacks with this one. Duraludon knows Breaking Swipe, Flash Cannon, Body Press, and Protect, and is holding the leftovers so it can regain health. At this point, I will probably have lowered your attack stats so far that you're not going to be able to hit Duraludon for a lot of damage at all, so the leftovers really keeps this Pokemon around and makes this quite a challenge for you. Plus, if I got Stealth Rock set up earlier, despite the fact that I dropped your stats, you will have to take damage upon the switch-in. So it does make this team a pretty sizable one for you to try to deal with. But eventually, you will defeat me and I will reluctantly give you the Tower Badge and the TM for Flash Cannon. With my rematch team, I will fully evolve the Pokemon I have currently on my team, and then add Goldingo and Skarmory to the team to help round it out, and to give it a little bit more of an offensive and defensive pressure respectfully. Perhaps I can allow Metagross on this team to Mega Evolve, or I can give Duraludon Gigantamax as well. Well, that's my Steel Gym in this 6th slot. Let me know what you think of this gym in the comment section below, and give me your suggestions for what gyms you would like to see next. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support the content I am working on. You can also follow me on my other social medias, including TikTok, Twitter, Discord, and Twitch, and my other YouTube channel, Invisible Corporations. You get the same kind of content in those places, so make sure you go support me over there on those platforms so you're not missing out on more of the awesome stuff we have to offer. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up. Most Pokemon regions require trainers to collect 8 gym badges to prove that they are strong enough to enter into consideration to become the champion of their region. This requires 8 willing trainers to prepare to challenge these trainers and to prove their worth, and award successful trainers with their unique gym badge. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy, Chaos here, and I'm asking, what if you were a Pokemon gym leader? I'm working on compiling a list of every type and every slot in the sequence for your gym challenge. Today, I've decided to challenge myself with the ghost typing. Now, it's pretty easy to make a ghost type gym around the ideas of possession or haunting. Maybe you even want to create your own unique haunted house. Ghost type trainers are pretty much caught from the same Reaper cloth. And I'm sorry to say that I wasn't too unique in my idea for this episode. I do have what I feel like is a cool concept as I revisit one of my favorite regions, the Orre region, as I conceptualize what gyms would look like in Pokemon Coliseum or an XD remake. An easy location would be assuming Kamino's lab. We wouldn't even have to redecorate because it already looks like a haunted mansion, but I've decided to give myself a little bit more of a challenge. I've decided to take over the SS Libra that has been stuck in the desert. The SS Libra is a ship that was transporting Pokemon at the beginning of Pokemon XD. Cypher, however, intercepts the vessel and with the power of XD001 or Shadow Lugia, transports it to the middle of the Orre Desert. Fortunately, we have the opportunity to visit the ship as we progress throughout the game. The ship provides a great opportunity for our purposes. Because the size of the ship of the SS Libra, it is unlikely that it will ever be moved from its resting spot in the Orre Desert. And we know that it is home to a worker who stumbled upon the ship, and while finding the ship is a great discovery, the general public all but forgets about the ship after a few years, leaving it completely and totally abandoned. It's only after you begin your gym challenge that the ship come back into sight for us, as the location of the 7th gym. We only find out about the location after dealing with the 6th gym leader, where we get tipped off about the 7th gym leader hiding out in the desert. Unfortunately, this is where many gym trainers end their challenge because they cannot find the location of this gym leader. But like Pokemon XD, you will need to obtain a key item or an upgrade to be able to travel out into the desert. Maybe there's homage to the desert in Hoenn by the key item being Go Goggles. Upon arrival, the ship looks relatively unchanged, besides being more dilapidated than ever. Even the interior looks similar, with rotten Pokesnack crates still blocking your path forward. The challenge of this gym is that you have no guide to help you. Inevitably, someone will try to post a guide that tries to help you, but I have thought of that when I created this gym, and I have made this extra puzzle unique to each copy of the game. Your trainer ID will determine how the puzzle will show up in your game, giving you an infinite options for the paths to the gym leader. You could even get a seed that makes the gym leader's room right after the initial entrance areas. There will be at least 2 rooms before the gym leader's room. The first room will be a hole in the ship with the boxes that you have to push in order to progress. The second room will have a staircase leading up or down and a room toward each of your cardinal directions, with a save and a heal station by the north door. As I mentioned, if you choose the correct path, you may end up at the gym leader, if you choose the right way to go. Messing up the correct pathing will place you back at the second room, where you will encounter some sort of ghost-type Pokemon. These Pokemon can be caught and added to your team. Once you have found the correct path, you will find a room with a sleeping bag on the floor. There will be random items strewn throughout the room so it looks like someone is living there. Your only option is to interact with the sleeping person to progress. The only problem is the body disintegrates the moment you touch it, leaving nothing but dust and bones. "Aw, man," says a voice from behind you. "That was my favorite decoration." Really gave "I'm surviving on my own" vibes. So you must have something to have made it to my secret room. But now it's time for you to leave. And I will push you out the door, which sends you back to the second room. "Later, nerd!" And I vanish back into one of the doorways. You must follow me in order to progress. Otherwise, you will have to complete the whole puzzle again. "Persistent little nerd, aren't you?" I say. "Fine, here's some candy." And I give you a rare candy. "Now run home to mommy." When you interact with me again, I say, "Not what you want, huh? Most people leave after getting such a rare item, but I guess you want to show everyone how tough you are. Well, I guess you figured out I'm the gym leader, so if you want your badge, you'll have to fight me for it." And the battle begins. Because we are in the Orre region, we are adopting the double battle format used by locals for this gym challenge. One of my leads will be a level 42 Sinistcha. I will have the ability Heat Proof to help deal with my fire weakness. Sinistcha's moves will be Shadow Ball, Strength Sap, Life Dew, and Rage Powder. In case you try to be fancy and taunt me, I am holding a mental herb so that I can break through taunt the first time. Perhaps double taunt is your initial strategy, which could work for this team. My other lead is a level 42 Poltergeist, because I thought it would be cool to have Poltergeist and Sinistcha on the field at the same time. Poltergeist knows Shadow Ball, Nasty Plot, Protect, and Psyshock. As you might have guessed, Sinistcha provides redirection for Poltergeist to set up and do some damage to your team. I am holding a Colbur Berry to reduce the power of Dark type attacks that you might try against me. You've really got to be careful not to let this team burn you. My level 43 Jellicent is up next. I decided to run Toxic set with Brine, Recover, and Dazzling Gleam as helpful moves. D-Gleam helps deal with any dark types that you might be packing. I also plan on using Leftovers to help sustainability, but I also have Recover to help heal up when it is needed. I'm using Cursed Body as the ability as another opportunity to shut down Dark, Electric, Ghost, or Grass Pokemon that you might use against me because that move might get disabled. In the back is a Cursula at level 44 to help me eat some hits. I feel like Weak Armor is better than Cursed Body for this team, so that's what my Cursula is rocking with. It knows Power Gem, Icy Wind, Shadow Ball, and Revenge. This is another option to deal with your Dark types, as Cursula has respectable 95 base attack stat. I'm also running an Assault Vest to eat any special attacks that you might bring so this makes it a really good physical and special wall. This is a great support mon for this team with Icy Wind to lower speed, and it has good coverage for any other mons that you may bring, so it should pose a challenge to you as you're fighting this gym. I also have Dhelmise in reserve. Dhelmise has Leech Seed, Gyro Ball, Anchor Shot, and Protect for moves. Dhelmise will be great for toxic stalling partner with Cursula, as it will prevent switching with Anchor Shot. Plus, it can also stall with Leech Seed, which gives additional HP boost to Dhelmise because it is holding the big root. Steelworker also comes in handy for attacking moves, boosting their base power of Gyro Ball and Anchor Shot. My final team member is a level 45 Gholdengo. I have equipped it with an air balloon in case you're running a ground type and earthquake span. Gholdengo knows Make It Rain, Shadow Ball, Metal Sound, and Recover. With good as gold, your best bet is straight up power dealing with this Gholdengo. Hopefully a nicely balanced ace Pokemon will be enough to send you packing if you happen to make it this far into the team. Defeating me will earn you the Treasure Badge and the TM for Shadow Ball. A fun fact about this gym leader is that I have both Authentic Poltergeist and Masterpiece Sinistra, which you can find if you let the camera pan onto my Pokemon, letting you see the mark on the bottom of the pot. As a part of the mystery of this character, there is no additional information or interactions available, so feel free to craft your own thoughts in the comments section below. You can also let me know what your gym would look like too. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of episodes of this series, and follow my other socials to stay up to date with all of the content that I have going on. You can find my links in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up. What if you were a Pokemon gym leader? I've thought about this question a lot over the years as I've created gyms on every typing, and now it's time for you to create your own gym alongside me. What type is your gym? Where is your gym located? What themes are you using for your gym? What kind of gym puzzles will you have? What TM do you give challengers who defeat your gym? I'm very curious about how you would create a gym, so let me know in the comment section below. What's good, Chaotic Nation? It's your boy Chaos here, and of course we're doing another My Gym video today. Today's typing is the Rock type. So we share connections with many of the first gym leaders of Pokemon games such as Brock, Roxanne, and Rourke, and even some of the later ones like Gordy, Grant, and even an Isla Kahuna, Olivia. My original idea for a Rock-type gym took the inspiration of being Tate and Liza's father, who was an astronomer who studies meteorites. They became the 4th gym leader of a region he took over vacancy for when they were missing a gym leader slot. This gym is not like that one though. This gym is the ultimate test of rock typing, which makes this the 8th gym in the game. I have also decided to venture back to my favorite Pokemon games, Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, to make this gym. So we are placing it somewhere in the Orre region, which shouldn't be a problem since there's so much rock and sand everywhere. This particular structure in this region that I want to renovate as this gym leader, and that place is the former Team Snag'em hideout. Echo Canyon is home to an evil team that seeks to, well, snag everyone's Pokemon. It's in their name, like, it's not that hard to figure out. And they want to use these Pokemon for their own good and turn them over to Cypher to make Shadow Pokemon. It's well known that Snag'em is involved with the other major evil team of this region, Cypher, who are thwarted by the player character of Coliseum or XD. Unfortunately for fans of these games, Team Snag'em is nowhere to be found since they've run off years ago. So the residents of Outskirt Stand and other settlers have reclaimed the Snag'em base when they formed a new town, Outskirt Town, and it was created along the canyon near the old base. This town will resemble a smaller version of Pyrite Town, and thus have a lot of junk laying around. Many thieves that have made their home in Pyrite have been moved out by the League officials, as that has now become a headquarters for the Pokemon League in the town. Outskirt Town now has become the new Pyrite Town of the region, and it's as shady as ever. The only thing keeping this town from being run over by these villainous people is the local government, which in this case would be the gym leader. Inside the gym, which was the former Snag'em base, it is covered in debris. In order to make the town, the building became sort of a dump for all of the scrap that was lying around after the explosion all those years ago. The gym leader took over the building as a way to restore the building to its former glory. A fun project with this building was cutting parts of the former Snag'em logo off to make it now look like the new gym. When you enter the gym, you'll notice there's really not any way forward. But you'll notice that the building is very messy and covered with various types of debris. In order to progress through the gym, you'll need to shift boxes around. Now, this puzzle is very similar to the puzzle that was on the SS Libra when you found it in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. However, workers will challenge you to a battle because they mistake you as a common criminal who has snuck into the building. They will have some of these generic rock Pokemon such as Golem, Rhyperior, Gigalith, Probopass, and the like. Eventually, you will push your way the final box, which reveals the only functioning room in this building, which you might remember as Gonsap's office. This room is relatively untouched except for the removal of all the furniture besides Gonsap's desk. You are greeted by a familiar tall, buffed, mustached man. "Hey, there's no place for kids, mate," I begin to say. "Oh, I see, you're another crazy kid looking for an easy gym badge. Don't think I'll go easy on you. I'm known to be the law in these parts, and now you'll see why I earned that title." And the battle begins. As I should mention, this is a double battle since we are in the Orre region, and that's just how battling is done in the region. Starting off, I lead with Kleavor at level 47. Kleavor knows Stone Axe, X-Scissor, Night Slash, and Trailblaze. I'm also holding a Pasho Berry in order to deter your water types, so I can take them out with a Trailblaze later. Kleavor also has its hidden ability, Sharpness, which increases the power of slicing moves. This affects all of Kleavor's moves except for Trailblaze. I also want to mention that Stone Axe sets up Stealth Rock, so you'll likely have to deal with that, so prepare for it when you're planning on switching your team around. Paired with Kleavor is my Aerodactyl. Now, if you've been a part of this series, you know that I can use any battle gimmick I want for these teams, and today's episode is no exception. Aerodactyl will hold Aerodactylite and is capable of Mega Evolving. Aerodactyl will know Rock Slide, Tailwind, Roost, and Aerial Ace. Hopefully Tailwind allows some of my slower teammates to get the edge on your team. My reserves begin with Hisui and Avalugg at level 48. I hope you weren't planning to win this with steel moves because this thing is holding a Barbiri Berry to reduce the damage. In case you decide to use a fighting move, I also have the ability Sturdy, so you can't one-shot this Pokemon. You'll have to double into it if you want to take it out. Avalugg knows Mountain Gale, Rock Slide, Iron Head, and Avalanche. Up next is Dreadnought at level 48. It's holding a Rindo Berry to counter the Grass-type moves you might have waiting for it. Dreadnought knows Razor Shell, Counter, Protect, and Rock Slide. So be careful about hitting this thing, especially physically, because it can do a lot of damage back to you. Protect is there as a nice doubles move, so you'll see why it has usefulness right now. So you finally reached my ace at level 50, a Tyranitar. Now, if you wondered about why I didn't use Chople Berry on Avalugg, it's because I had to use Chople Berry on Tyranitar, and I'm not gonna double up on items. I also will be setting the Sand with Sandstream as its ability, so I can boost my special defense and hopefully take a little bit more hits. Tyranitar knows Stone Edge, Crunch, Earthquake, and Dragonite. This is meant to be the ultimate sweeper of my team, hence why it's last, hence why it's my ace Pokemon, so good luck defeating it. But eventually you beat my team, and I will reward you with the Sharp Badge and the TM for Rock Slide. The badge and the design of this team is meant to be a nod to sharp objects lying around the gym as it is being cleaned up. This badge is specifically resembling like the Iron Thorns you would find in the Mystery Dungeon games. As for lore of this character, I mentioned that this character had a brother, and if you played Coliseum or XD before, you might have recognized from the description I was giving that this was Duking. Well, what we didn't know is Duking had another brother, who was off traveling the world. This character eventually returned back to the Orre region at the request of Duking when the Pokemon League was being formed, with the promise that he would become a member of the Pokemon League. Now, this didn't happen since Duking needed a trustworthy leader to place at the new outskirt town, and this version of me stepped up to the plate. A special piece of lore is how this character funded Duking's ability to trade players for Whoopers that they caught in the cave Pokespot in Pokemon XD. You'll notice that my Tyranitar even has one of the moves that was passed to these Brejects since they know Dragon Dance. As far as game story, this character is not a massive part of it until you reach the gym because he doesn't recognize the player when he first arrives. However, when the major plot of this story happens and Cypher and Team Snag'em eventually return, this character will join forces with you and Duking to help quiet them once again. If you would rematch this gym leader at a later point, I would add a Rhyperior to this team to round it out a little bit more and add some more power. Well, that's my gym as the Rock-type 8th gym leader. Let me know what you think of this team, and let me know your gym, or give me suggestions on what you would like to see next in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the content coming out, and check out my other social medias that are linked in the description so that way you can keep up with everything else going on with me. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.